Alright, let's see if I can keep this short, because the last time I said this would be quick, went for an hour or two. If that's a metaphor or analogy or something, I always get those two mixed up to something else, and it's unintentional, I swear! Vocabulary, I need to work on it. Marvel's Avengers, 10 ways to make it better. I just randomly came up with this today because I just watched this video on YouTube here. Marvel's Avengers is dying. Can it be saved by Degenerate J? Yeah, Degenerate J. For some reason that was like a real challenge to say there for a second. Yeah, I'll leave it on the screen that's brightest to sort of reflect back at me my beautiful peach-toned face along with the orange cat scratched up thingy-mabobbers here, stringy-mabobbers, whatever the professionals call these stringies. Anyhow, with that very valuable, insightful look into my deteriorating mind. Gosh, my comedic timing is just going down, John. You need to work on your material. You need to write it some more, right? Come up with better jokes, or go back to serving at McDonald's, you chump. Marvel's Avengers, 10 ways to make it better. I sound like I got food in my mouth while I'm talking here. I'm going to drink some bloody water. Because I'm thirsty, damn it. Save your life. Drink water. Hydrate, everybody. It's the elixir of life. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I'm starting to do my my Western accent. Because, you know, knocking door to door, I used to come up with these phony accents and stuff like that. And I guess that's part of why I like making these videos. Sometimes I accidentally go into one accent, and another I'm talking like a hillbilly, and the next day I'm talking like some famed thespian, actor, author, one of the oars of this world. Anyhow, it's time to get down to brass tacks, because already I'm lying to the viewer here, to you, about this being a quick video with my stupid shenanigans. So anyhow, 10 ways to make Marvel's Avengers better. The number one thing I wrote down here, mid-air takedowns. What do I mean? So when you're, maybe be aware of shining that blue light all around the camera like that. I'll save that for when I need it. I will be getting up to show you something here. Then you can probably see the mess that I got all over this couch. You can see the drugs that I got hitting on the table over here and over on this one, and yeah, I got a couple of people working in the back there, a little sweatshop in the back, but nobody needs to know about that one. But anyhow, ignore it. I'm gonna cut that out of the video so that I don't get copyrighted or flagged by YouTube for inappropriate conduct. But yeah, here I am. Yeah, very important business. We're talking about mid-air takedowns for Marvel's Avengers. What do I mean by that? So to do a takedown in this game, you got to hit both. For me on the PlayStation 4 here, it's you got to hold these two buttons at the same time. It's very easy, obviously. You just click it with your thumb, unless your thumb's like just unless the meat and potatoes of your thumb here is just like so tiny that you can't hit two of them at the same time, then I don't know what the hell to tell you. Don't play Marvel's Avengers, I guess, is the not recommendation for people that don't exactly have thumbs to push things. So anyhow, genius, John. Anyhow, to do a takedown, you press those buttons, blah, blah, blah. But the thing I noticed about this game, and it's really kind of stupid in my opinion, they don't have mid-air takedowns. And the reason why I bring this up first, it's not even the thing that I want to highlight the most, but it leads up to the next point that I want to make, the second way to make this game better. But the reason why I've thought about this, and you know, I sat on it, and every time I play this game and I'm in the middle of an action scene, especially if there are a bunch of enemies around, they always they always basically initiate you to sort of send an enemy upwards. Like if you hold, for most of the characters from what I recall, if you hold the square button, that does this like sort of pseudo power attack where it's like this uppercut thing, and the enemy sails up in the air. I think you usually sail up in the air, especially if you're playing like Iron Man or Thor, I suppose. Iron Man's my #1 played as character. I got him to 150 recently. Now I'm working on Thor and Cap, and less so Hulk. I don't really like Hulk. I'd rather get either Black Widow or Miss Marvel up there. I think I'm leaning more towards Black Widow because I like her gameplay, just the shooting with her guns and stuff like that. She looks like a freaking badass when she does it. So yeah, mid-air takedowns, like you know, that could be another way of like inspiring people to sort of purchase the in-game currency. You know, use your credits to buy this mid-air takedown so that you can finally do mid-air takedowns on your adversaries. And so basically you get the gist of that one. So that leads into my #2 pick for a way of making this game better, which I alluded to before, and that's more verticality to the levels and settings. So there, you know, most levels are pretty basic. You're just running into a building, and the only time you're really ascending is when you're in an elevator. And you know, you're usually stuck in that elevator for quite a like lengthy period of time. Like it feels like 30 seconds, maybe even a minute sometimes. And sometimes you're on like these trains, and like that takes even longer for some of the like train sections that they have. You're just waiting, waning, did I say? I can't even tell anymore. But you're just waiting, and within all that waiting, as opposed to gameplay with this video game, is that it had me thinking. And there's a certain level, I think it might be the space shot one, or it's a certain level where I noticed, and I think I described this actually in my last Avengers video. If not, then I'm describing it again. But basically you get the gist of it from me saying that I want more verticality to the levels and settings. Basically I want to see a level where the heroes are falling endlessly, you know, down this pit, right? Like, so they're falling and they're having to fight like drones on the way, so you get some cool mid-air action going on, because they already got like this sort of mid-air, like do combos and stuff like that, mid-air and whatnot. And I think it'd be really kind of cool actually to utilize that sort of mid-air thing. And they got a couple of challenges on here too. Like they got one for Thor that's really annoying. It's like, oh, like don't land on the ground, or kill 10 enemies before landing on the ground. So take off, like, and I honestly, I won't lie, I had to look up what the hell to do when it came to that particular Thor challenge, because I'm like, wait, what? You're supposed to just remain elevated, like, and then take down 10 guys? I mean, that seems like needlessly complicated, and not to mention repetitive, because you're just basically, like, you can't just shoot lightning at people as Thor. You gotta, like, just throw your hammer at them, and then if it lands on them and it pins them, then you can, like, press R2 for the PS4 here, and then you can send a little lightning bolt down into them. Yeah, and before I go off like too much, again, I cannot stress this enough. I would really love to see some settings in this game have like these cool like just pipes you're shooting down, or even flying upwards as Iron Man, or like even having to like climb and platform as Hulk and stuff like that to get out of this sort of pit. You know, describing it, I'm almost thinking of like The Dark Knight Rises, like when he's climbing out of that pit, and just like how huge it is. It seems like larger than life, but you know, imagine that times like 1,000. You know, like where it's just like constant ascending upwards, you know, no having to, like, there's no way of you getting on an elevator, you know, you gotta like make that hard climb. Meanwhile, Iron Man and Thor just go zip, we're there, we're done, you know. And a bit setting like that, admittedly, it sounds more like in line for certain characters like Iron Man and Thor. But I think they could make it work for characters like Black Widow, Miss Marvel, Captain America, Hulk. You know, just you know, make it comic booky. You know, like don't take it too seriously, because you know, I think this game sort of falters unintentionally on the fact that it's trying to be this cross between comic book and like pseudo realistic. You know, it wants to have its cake and eat it too. It wants to be like the MCU, yet not the MCU at the same time, because there's no costumes or like there's references, like certain moves that some of the characters do. There are a lot of references, and some of the lines in this game are clear-cut references to the MCU films. But yeah, they really need to focus on being their own thing, and they can do that by adding more cool settings to this game that utilize more verticality, rather than just have it be on a horizontal sort of setting where you're just moving back and forth between enemies, and it just gets boring after a while, is what I'm saying. Oh, like if they add levels like that, I guarantee people would be like, oh, what's this? Like, and they'd be like, yeah, I want to play that. I want to play more levels like that. I know I certainly would whack myself in the eyeball with a string. What a dummy. What a dummy I am. Okay, so number 3, evading should feature full rotation of the analog stick. So basically, whenever you, in order to, wow, I'm just looking at Thor's cape, like, oh my god, Thor's cape design in this game is just pathetic. At least for the, like, costume that I got for Thor. Anyhow, got distracted by that. So, in order to evade in this game, you gotta press this button, you gotta press the circle or evade button twice in order to do this roll. And again, I think I maybe repeat myself here if you watched my last video on the Avengers, but I'll say it again. I want the damn control to be, you press circle twice, and instead of going in whatever direction you like were pointing, like, because it's very archaic. It's very like and Audrey's just sniffing this camera, so she's getting ready to say hi to the camera here, right, baby? Bringing you over here. You're sitting with me for the whole video now, okay? That's your penance. That's your penance for trying to screw up my all important video. You know, we got America's got a election coming up in a couple of days. You know, whole world's on fire. Corona's killing everybody. But you know what? Actually, that's misinformation. Fact check me on that one. But yeah, the whole world's on fire. Everybody's out rioting, and you know, everybody just needs. Everybody absolutely needs a 70-inch, 8K, 12K, whatever the K is now, type TV. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need. That's what you need if you're gonna cure those Corona blues. You got to get yourself steal yourself more so a PS5 or one of them big screen TVs, nice Blu-ray player maybe. Or Blu-ray player already comes with PS5, ain't it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, so after that tangent, a politically motivated tangent, let's talk again about the evading. So the evading in this, whenever you do it, wow, I wanted to do it here, but I'm inside this like sort of base thing, whatever. So whenever you do the evade, it's always in one direction, and you can't like rotate your character around. You can't use the analog stick to could actually have control of your character, which is kind of the point of a game, right? The point of playing a bloody game is to have full control of the character that you're playing as. And it seems like such a simple fix to me. I mean, it's arbitrary in the sense that it feels like I might as well be using the directional buttons as opposed to the analog stick here, because it's just relentlessly ridiculous, and it kills some of the fun. You know, when you're, you know, when you notice on the ground there's like these big wide-ranging area attacks, and they all like, it's basically a circle of red, and it's like, okay, I gotta get out of this circle, and your character is just doing these rolls that are so like, just that it takes away your control, literally. Like, you press it twice and then boom, you lose control of your character. He or she does willy-nilly whatever the hell he or she wants. It's relentlessly ridiculous, and it frustrates me on every occasion that I play this game, and I'd really love to see just like a simple fix. Like, how the hell, like, I swear to God these guys did not play test this game. It kind of amazes me, some of the simple things that could have been done to make this game better that they somehow just completely overlooked. Like, I don't know who the hell's calling the shots behind this game. I don't know if they even had anybody play test it, but quite frankly they done a terrible job. The play testers shouldn't get paid a damn thing, in my opinion, because clearly they're not doing very good, and they're not doing enough to get these updates out faster. I appreciate what they're doing with fixing some of the bugs, but I still notice a number of bugs still, even after like 1.5 gigabytes worth of an update. I mean, like, and this game's already a beast as it is, like 62 gigabyte game at this point from what I saw last. I mean, that come on guys, that's ridiculous for the amount of gameplay you get here. No. Okay, so yeah, so that sort of unintentionally, mind you, that sort of leans into my next point of topic, what have you. Number 4 is lose those pointless cutscenes and QTEs, the QuickTime events. They have these pointless cutscenes that, again, they take away control from you as a player, you as the character within the game. So basically, the best example I can come up with, they have these vault missions every time, and you got to stand on this area, and it's like just cut to the point. They have these stupid cutscenes that basically stop you in your tracks from whatever you're doing, and it just like lets off this EMP blast, and it stays on this cutscene for what feels like an eternity. It's like just about 30 seconds though, maybe 15 even. But it's so slow and so monotonous, and you see it, especially if you're doing these vault missions consistently, like I've done sometimes. You notice that it's just really, really disheartening whenever they stop you in your tracks. They basically rip the controller out of your hand and go, watch this pointless, stupid ass cutscene. It's not even a cutscene. It's not even well designed. It's the in-game graphics, so it's nothing special. It's just this EMP blast, and it's like, okay, I'd rather be running around doing my thing rather than, you know, being stopped in my tracks just to watch this stupid like shot of this EMP blast. Like, it's pointless. And same with the QTEs, the QuickTime events. I mean, it's just nonsense whenever you do the takedowns on the big giant robots, the dreadbots, whatever the hell they're called. And you gotta press the square button. Like, I switched the QTE thing to, like, I think the regular thing had it so that you gotta press it a bunch of times. I just have it set so I just have to press it once. But personally, I'd prefer to just not have it at all. Like, just get them out of there. I don't know why they're here. You know, and the most noticeable one was during the campaign. I think you're playing as, yeah, it's Hulk. And like, they literally stop the game, like at one point. If you don't press the square button, he just like freezes and it just stays there. And it's like, okay, no need to pause the game now. It's already paused itself. It's not going to play unless I hit that button. And it's just like why? Like, just get it out of there, man. Just come on. QTEs. I don't know what the hell studios think. Like, and again, that was one of my problems with like Spider-Man on the PS4, Marvel Spider-Man, or Sony's at this point. But they had annoying little QTE sections in there, and it's just like, no, get them out of there. They don't need to be there. You know, just if you want to show me a cutscene, show me a cutscene. I'd rather that than just like be ready to hit that square button. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm done with that. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of developers thinking that it's a good idea to have those sections in their game. You know, unless you're something like Detroit Become Human, where that is literally a video game designed to be like a movie. So it's like, okay, it makes sense, you know, and that game's fun for what it was, you know, at least you know what it is from the get-go, you know, same with Heavy Rain before it, you know, games like that, you know, that rely on those QTEs, they're fine, you know, because they're more focused on telling a story with interesting characters as opposed to having great gameplay. You know, if you buy those games, you should know what you're getting into, obviously. So number 5, moving on now. Number 5, opening strong boxes in this game should be the parry button. R2 for me here on PlayStation. It shouldn't be the melee button, which is the square button, obviously, on PS4. So yeah, opening strong boxes, number 5 should be the parry, not melee button. Because with playing Iron Man quite a bit, you know, and I noticed it too with, I think it was Black Widow, but especially when like sometimes they put strong boxes on the edge, like of this like little tiny platform that you have to walk on. And what's really annoying is that I think it was Black Widow I was playing as, because, you know, I'd press square and maybe I just need to have a bit more patience with it and wait for it to pop up, but I shouldn't have to wait for the damn button to pop up. I should be able to just sit there and press the R2 button as opposed to the square button, because the square button just, as Iron Man, it just shoots you into the air with an uppercut, and the other characters, you lose control of your character, and he or she just like falls off the ledge, and then it's like, oh shoot, I gotta like repetitively go back up to that same spot and you know, that's a waste of a perfectly good minute that you could have used to do something else. One of the endless objectives that this game throws at you. You could have, you know, saved yourself a bit of time and done that objective, as opposed to, you know, oh, I fell off again, because the controls, like, they're too stupid. It's like, why would you make it the square button? You know, hell, even the jump button would have been better at that point. You know, who knows? Like, I'm trying to think of what else, but honestly, the R2 button was the perfect one for me personally, because for most characters it just steadies them, and it also acts as a parry button. So if you're getting like suddenly shot at by guys behind you, usually it does something to help you out. For Black Widow though, it might be a pain in the ass, because she does this sort of like grapple repel sort of thing, and sometimes if there's an enemy close by to her, she'll just grapple and then like fly towards them and then kick them in the face. It's still cool though, and I'd rather have her do that than fall off like after punching the air like a moron. It's like these are supposed to be superhero characters, not super moronic characters. Okay, so this one I think I'm gonna pick up the camera to show you the nonsense on display here. So number 6, fix the gear menu. Let's take a walk on the wild side, shall we? Okay. So what I hate about this stupid menu is so you notice how it blocks these numbers here? Blocks the defense rating, blocks the heroic rating. You know, when you take it off, hey, you can see it. But the problem is, I'm trying to compare and contrast. So melee rating's up by 14%. Defense rating is minus 14%, I think. Yeah, it's minus 14, and heroic rating is minus 20. So obviously I don't want to use that one. And obviously I don't want to use this one either. Already the belt that I got equipped is my preferred option. So yeah, that's all I want to show you with that. To show you how stupid this menu is and how like easy it would be just to fix the damn thing. Because I like to compare and contrast the defense and heroic and ranged and melee ratings, but I can't do it. I can, but it's really annoying feeling the need to move the cursor up and down. And I'm sorry if you couldn't get a good look at it just with the way I'm filming it here, but like if you play this game already, I think you know exactly what I mean. At least if like if you're as in depth with it as I am, because quite frankly, it's just such a nauseatingly annoying little thing that they could easily just fix. All they have to do is just remove that power boost available, like green bar at the top, like push the menu down a bit more. Like there's like all this, there's like this little chunk of space at the bottom of the menu that they can just push down the gear item like menu. There's so many simple little things this game can do to improve, but it just, I don't know why the hell this is so last minute for these bozos. I really don't. And I hate being negative, but you know what, like I'll be negative, man. Like they should have done better with this game. No question. Even the people that are praising this game, everybody has huge, massive problems with it. And they really need to step up, man. Like, I can't believe this is a full price game, quite frankly. I can't believe I paid what I paid for this damn game. I mean, it's, I've got my money's worth out of it. Thankfully, I've played it quite a bit, but quite frankly, I feel like a play tester for this game. Quite frankly, I feel like I deserve to be paid money. We deserve to be paid money for playing through some of the nonsense that they put us through, because I think I said it in my last video, and if not, I'll say it here. This is one of the most glitched out, broken ass games I've ever played in my life. It's just ridiculous. So moving on now, because clearly this ain't going to be a quick video. This is going to be quite a bit longer, probably around half hour at this point. Who knows how long I've been rambling on for. But number 7, add a mini map. You know, pure and simple. I'd like a little mini map in either the left or bottom right corner, wherever it fits. Because I notice in the bottom left corner, I think, is where like usually all that goes there is just like a little nameplate to let you know who's talking. But it's like, what's the point of that? We should already know who these characters are. Like the only time I get confused is between like Maria Hill and like there's this other S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that, like, literally they sound like they're the same voice actress. And at one point I'm like, oh, that isn't Maria Hill, because it said like either S.H.I.E.L.D. agent or somebody else, and I'm like, who's that? Who the hell is that? So yeah, just add a mini map. It's just that simple, because some of the icons are just a pain in the ass to see. And also, like this button here, like this up button on the directional pad, it sort of shows you and highlights things in your environment, but the really annoying thing sometimes about it is that like it doesn't work when you want it to work. It doesn't, like so say for instance it seems to like fade away after a while, and it seems to have like this recharge thing or something annoying. And like me personally, I wish I could just press the up button all the time and it would just flash on and off to let you know like where the objectives are within a flash, and that's all they show you, rather than just it flashes and then it shows you for a second and then you're looking around like, wait, where the hell am I going again? Even though you've done this level like 15,000 times, you're still looking around like, what the hell's going on? Where, like, especially for the canyon level, it's just like, or a desert vault or whatever they call that one. I'm just always getting lost because there's always these little annoying tunnels, and it's just like I think I'm heading in the right direction to get a strongbox or something, but no, I just crashed into a wall and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta like find one of those tunnels, go under it. Thankfully I'm playing as Iron Man, so I can just zip through it, fly right through it, but it's still a pain in the ass, man. Add a damn mini map is all I'm saying. I think that would be very helpful for making these levels less tedious, and especially if you're playing online multiplayer, which I still haven't played, by the way. So watch, if I start playing that, all of a sudden I'll probably have 1,000 more complaints to make about it. Who knows? But yeah, let's try to rifle through these last ones here, because I think I can do that rather quickly. Number 8, this one speaks for itself in my opinion. I think I mentioned it in the last video too. Number 8, push the damn camera further away from the character. I hate how I just hate how the camera is in this game, quite frankly. I hate how it's on, like it always has the character on the left. Like for me, I'm on the right, so it has a character on the left here, and it's just yeah, because I think this because the way I film it, yeah, it's backwards, yeah. So the character's also always more so on this side of the screen than like in the middle, like this. Like I'm trying to perfectly center myself here, like sort of like that. Gives me this sort of square, sort of. That wasn't a square. There we go. That was a perfect square that I did in the air. Kind of rhymed unintentionally. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. Like the camera, I'm looking at Thor here, and his cape is just flying between his leg flaps. It's really, really fucking weird. Sort of graphical glitch there for Thor. It makes him look like a weirdo. Yeah, fix that, guys. Come on. Like that's the first thing. Yeah, in case you didn't see it before, I'll show you again, because this is really stupid. Look at this. Look at that. Thor looks like a moron, man. Make Thor great again. God. Or make Thor mighty again, for Christ's sakes. I mean, like, he... Wait, what a bad thing. Like, when you open up the game and the first chance you get to play it and you see Thor and he looks like that. I mean, come on, guys. There's so many stupid little fucking things wrong with this game. Wow, and I meant to not swear on this video, but fuck it, I'll swear now anyhow. Like this game's just frustrating. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's another and another and another, and there's just so much bleeding nonsense within this game. And it honestly, it pisses me off, to say it simply. It pisses me off the fact that these guys, they didn't have enough hindsight to think, oh wait, there's not enough here, maybe we should test this out a bit more, maybe we should hold it back from release, maybe wait till like the beginning of next year or like March or something, release it then, because then the consoles would be out by then, and you know, everybody can be like, oh hey, like they delayed it for all this time, but you know, obviously they wanted to make it something special. And I do hope that, like, by a reasonable date like March, I do hope that they will have enough patches, enough fixes of the bugs, and enough like maybe they'll give a, like, hopefully they'll have like those new characters that they promised out there, as well as a new villain potentially. Hopefully that would be cool. There are rumblings about Ultron in there. I just read an article from Forbes. Forbes does a lot of reporting on this game. They just had a leaked concept art of Black Panthers coming to the game, but they delayed that obviously with the death of the wonderful Chadwick Boseman. May he rest in peace. But yeah, but speaking of adding new characters to this, number 9, expand the Rogues Gallery. I don't really care about new characters, honestly. Of the ones that I saw leaked, Doctor Strange interests me, Black Panther interests me. There's probably another one there, maybe Vision as well, because he can fly, I guess, and I don't know, that's about it. Yeah. So just expand the Rogues Gallery. When they add Spider-Man, I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the Lizard was the villain? Because like Kamala Khan's fan fiction in the story mode and throughout the campaign or throughout the missions, you find little pieces of her narrating her fan fiction, and that's really cute. And it's the Avengers essentially battling these lizard creatures in the sewers. And it's just like, oh, that's that's like really cool, you know? Like that'd be really cool if Spider-Man jumped in and you know, they made a couple of references to Kamala's adorable fan fiction story, you know, because that is a cute part of the game. I actually I really like that, you know, and I like the campaign. I can't wait to be able to replay some of the campaign missions, to see some of the cutscenes hopefully without the graphical bugs like I got like through at least half of them. Like they had these really nonsensical, annoying bugs. Some of the graphics in the game are really awesome. Like they have this scene in the car with Tarleton, Dr. Tarleton, and he's all like he's slowly morphing, his head's growing, and he's becoming MODOK, closer and closer becoming MODOK. And it's such a well done scene from a cinematography standpoint. And there's a lot of great cinematic moments within this game. So it makes me wonder all the same why the hell you can't replay those missions, because some of those missions too are more fun than what you get remaining at the war table once you're all done with the campaign. So yeah, just expand the rogues gallery, give us more villains to fight, preferably less robots. I mean, like give us some characters, or I mean, yeah, like give us some NPCs or bad guys to fight with some actual character. You know, like you can sort of see them emote and react to stuff, maybe surrender to you, like put their arms up and surrender because you sort of got like this fear thing going on. I think one of the Batman Arkham games maybe has that. Or maybe I'm thinking about Batman Begins all the way on PS2. You know, where you'd be able to scare the hell out of your enemies so much, and if you do, like they just stop and go, oh, like I surrender. You know, like have something like that in this game, because at a certain point, like especially if you're the last bad guy, are you really gonna start charging over to Thor or Hulk? You know, like it's always funny when you get down to the wire and there's 2 or 3 enemies left, especially if you're playing like literally like the Green Giant, Hulk. Like, and you just see these guys running towards you. They aren't like, and they're people. They're not robots at this point, but they're people, and they're trying to shoot at you. And it's just like, come on, like, can't you have a bit of foresight? Like you're shooting at a gamma monster. Like I wish they'd have a moment. Like probably the best moment of Iron Man 3 is like where he's flying around and he doesn't even have his full suit on, Robert Downey Jr. at this point, or Tony Stark. He's just flying around like sapping bad guys with his repulsor, but then all of a sudden he gets to the end and there's one guy left and he's pointing the gun at him, but then he just drops it out of nowhere and he says, you know what? Like, like these dudes are weird. I'm just here for the money, blah, blah, blah. And he like puts his hands up and he says, you know, I'm not going to shoot you, Iron Man, because you're too cool and obviously you got me beat here in this standoff. And yeah, I wish they'd have more moments like that in this game. You know, give these villains a bit of character. You know, because they have character while you're playing the campaign, but after that, it's just like nauseatingly, annoyingly redundant. It's just the same like rinse and repeat over and over again, to the point where even like once you notice like, hey, these guys are humans, and I'm knocking them off a canyon, and they're falling presumably to their brutal death. You know, it's just like yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You know, these guys should be a little smarter, is what I'm saying. The AI in general should be a little smarter. The AI in general, they should definitely fix. But they said they're working on it. They said they're gonna fix the companion AI, which, you know, I'm fine with that, you know, because I've just played single player myself. I know I'm a madman. I haven't even played online yet, which is kind of the point of this game. But, you know, my angle with this game has been I want to try to get at least 3 or 4 of these characters to the highest ratio and sort of like keep up with the other characters as well. Because when I do play online inevitably for the first time, and I do hope I can play online and not have to bloody well wait 5 years for a game to start, because apparently the player count on it is just so ridiculously low. But yeah, I can't wait to play online. But I'd like to have most of my characters at a like really freaking high power level. That way we can you know, like either I can match up with other players that have that high power level, or I can like help out other players, like hell, even kids that want to play this game online and they aren't that good. Maybe teach them a few things, like hey, there's like a strong box over here, like that you may always miss, because like it's very easy to miss certain things in this game. Like it's very grindy in that sense, where it's like that's both the luxury and the curse of this game. Like there's a luxury to the curse of the fact that the environments are so repetitive. They're literally the same. They never really mix up anything. Everything's in the exact same spot whereas you last left it, basically. I think sometimes it changes, modifies a little bit, but not too much. So finally, number 10 on this extremely quick video that went by in a snap of the fingers. Number 10, be more creative with the cloning angle. So yeah, it's just as simple as that. So my apprehension towards playing online with people, with the multiplayer, has been, I love playing as Iron Man, but if there's somebody else playing this game that also loves playing Iron Man, I'm going to feel bad if, you know, they want to play Iron Man and they can't, you know, and they're getting into this game, they're trying to improve their stats and whatnot, and they're just not able to do it or whatever, you know. So my thing with this game is that I really wish you could just play as the Avenger that you want. Young Rippa 59 has this same basic idea. I think his is a little different than mine, obviously, because like everybody has different opinions for how this game should evolve in the future, and I do think it will. I think it's inevitable that they will add more to this. I think that Degenerate J video I was referring to earlier is a bit too negative when it comes to the future of this game. They're implying that, like, oh, they're not going to have the money to invest in this game, and it's like, what? The money? What are you on about? This is the Avengers. Like, are you, like, this is gonna make money. They just need to step it up. They need to iron out the things that people are complaining the most about. Because, like, and say what you will about the people complaining, like myself even now. I mean, but, you know, people have a point. Like, the critics have a point, even though I disagree with a lot of people that just outright hate on this game. I understand why they do. I've been very frustrated with this game recently. You know, I've almost got the platinum trophy. I got one more trophy left to go. I think it's the Hive mission trophy I gotta get, and then that's it. I get the platinum trophy. So, like, if that doesn't show that I've invested my time and effort into this game, I don't know what the hell else will. You know, I care about this game. I'm not one of these idiots that's just going like willy-nilly, oh, like this game sucks, it's dead, blah blah blah, kill it with fire. You know, it's not dead yet. Give it a chance. I mean, these developers are really the ones that need to inject more life into this game, because the audience is there. I mean, and Degenerate J's channel, I mean, these guys narrating over this video, they brought up a good point about the holidays coming up, Christmas coming up. A lot of parents are going to want to get their kids this video game. Even like I have a neighbor close by, and they don't have a PS4 or Xbox to play this Avengers game on, but like with seeing all the commercials for this game, they must have been at least somewhat inspired to go, hey, I want to check out like a Marvel-esque video game. My kid wants to, because like there are all these commercials and stuff like that. And I think over time, you know, like with how they've with how this game is built, I think over time it will get better. I think more people will want to invest time into this game. They just really need to iron out some of these like simple things first. I think they need to keep it simple right now, rather than worry about like adding Hawk Girl or Hawkeye, the two Hawkeyes. Is the Kate Bishop character called Hawkeye as well? I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care. Yeah, so number 10, be more creative with the cloning angle. So if I want to play as Iron Man, or if I want to play as Thor and somebody else wants to play Thor, and it happens that everybody wants to play as Thor, then they should have it be that way, you know, and everybody... And also that goes in line with what they were saying about costumes. That's why they should have more costumes, because you as, especially if you're a comic book fan, you're going to prefer a certain look for Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, yada yada yada. And some of the ones they got are pretty decent. I like this costume for Thor. I hope they fix some of these goddamn annoying graphical bugs. I can't believe his cape, man. Like the cape, like going between his groin areas, just... It's so pathetic, man. Come on, guys. How do you fucking have a game like this that takes up so much space on my PS4? How do you have it like just do egregiously stupid things like this? I don't know, man. It honestly makes me sad that a game that I love so much, a game that I played so much like this, it's so goddamn broken. I mean, I'm really saddened about that, and you know, even if they do fix it and they do make it a better game, I'm gonna kind of forever resent these guys for the fact that it took them this long to do it, because they had every excuse in the world to delay this game with COVID and shit like this in the world. They had every excuse to delay it, but no, they released it and they said, we're gonna patch it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. A lot of empty promises so far, and they really need to step up their game here a lot more than just a simple care package where they give you a bunch of free credits and say go spend it, and they half off the in-game purchases for like a week or so. And they go spend all those tokens, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna spend them all, and then I'm probably gonna be like later on, oh great, I spent them all, and now you guys are finally starting to drop more like items, more cosmetics, stuff like that, more takedowns even, and more nameplates, and also that another slight thing here. I wish like with the nameplates, like and this is the tiniest of nitpicks, like it's really stupid that I'm even mentioning it, but with the nameplates, I find it annoying that you can't like zoom in or zoom out with them, because like when you get them initially, they show you like a square version. It's like, oh, like you're imagining it how it would look as like in the rectangle form, but when you get it, it's just like it's awkwardly angled, and every time I see it, I just sometimes want to like either expand it out more or zoom it in more. And like it's really stupid, because like for Hulk, I noticed they have this one nameplate. Actually, they have two nameplates that are basically the same image, except they're zoomed in closer. Like, and one's like further back. And it's just like, really? That's cause for another nameplate? Like, why can't you just like move it yourself as a character? Like it'd be nice if they gave you that option, but again, these developers just didn't have enough hindsight to realize that like players want simple little things like that. Players want control of a game. They don't want to be dictated towards. They don't want to be like you know, oh, you pressed the circle button twice, so that means you're moving in this direction. It's like, no, I want it to move to the right as opposed to just straight dead on. Yeah, so like again, my main problem, I guess, with this game is like yeah, the level design, the lack of control, like them taking away control from you with the QTEs, cutscenes, and the evading. Yeah, just simple fixes is all I'm asking for. Like I could care less right now about the rogues gallery thing. I think the cloning idea, like of just like having it so that if the majority of players out there want to play as Iron Man, let them play as Iron Man, and they're just like on screen at once, and they're And the only thing they really need to do to differentiate that is to just like change their costume, maybe. Like maybe it just goes like when the four of you, like if there are four players playing at once, like you can all just like be like, oh, we can't play this mission until like Buddy switches his costume to something different. But then again, they don't even need that, because you'll be able to obviously know who the hell you're playing as the whole damn time. So I don't even know why the hell I'm even mentioning that. But anyhow, I've made this video a lot longer than I needed to. Probably because it's literally 3:42. Oh yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. I forgot. At least I'm wearing this orange thing. And under this shirt here, I'm actually wearing my Freddy Jason little Cheers shirt. So yeah, so I got a bit of the Halloween spirit, you know? Got a bit of that Halloween spirit with the orange and the Freddy and Jason around my heart area, because they're both so close to the chest, you know, like of all the fictitious figures out there. Oh boy, it's them Freddy and them Jasons that really warm the cockles of my heart. Ain't them damned Avengers, I tell ya. They need to fix this game, and they need to fix it as soon as possible, man, because this game has hope. Its heart is still beating in that chest, in that like a metallic chest of its like soon to be dying carcass. I mean, if they don't step up, if they don't step it up, man, this game will fall apart, and I really hope that's not the case, you know, because especially with a property like this, like the Avengers, it makes no sense to just let it die. They've got something here. The combat's fun. Even the missions are fun. As repetitive as they are, I find them at least to be fun. Maybe I'm just addicted to this game. I don't know. But I can't stop playing it. Every time I try to think about playing something else that I haven't even played yet, that I want to give a chance, I keep finding myself, for some reason, going back and playing this game. For as much frustrations as I have with it, it keeps me coming back. And, you know, I like that, and I hope that my efforts are worth it in the long run. I hope that when I do eventually, like, potentially, like, I don't know, I could just stop playing this game tonight, for all I know, and, like, never play it again after this. But I do hope they try to make this game better. I really hope they're listening to people. I hope they're not just, like, going, oh, this guy, like, is saying they didn't playtest this game, so screw him, we won't listen to any of his ideas. It's like, no, I legitimately think if for some reason they're listening to this, like, I really don't think that you guys playtested this game, and I think if you did hire somebody to playtest this game, they did the worst job ever. Literally, F-, like the worst fucking score you could possibly give those schmucks, or that schmuck, whoever game tested this this mess. Quite frankly, it's a mess. You have people complaining about it, people that love this game. You know, nobody could praise this game to the high heavens as we all wanted to. We all wanted to give this perfect rating, but we can't, because it's got too many damn things wrong with it, and they really, really, really need to get it working. And the sooner the better, obviously. But again, I want them to keep it simple with it. You know, honestly, one of the things is that I kept thinking, man, like, this game takes up so much damn space. Wouldn't it be cool if suddenly they had an update where it's, instead of like this pseudo quasi realistic these graphics, and like I don't even particularly like the graphics, honestly. They're okay, but honestly, I'd rather have it be more comic booky. I'd rather have it be cell shaded, because like if you think about it, they could do that. Like, they could literally do that, and it'd be like night and day. Like, oh, this is like really cool. Like this like both has not only a 3D sense to it, but also this like 2D sort of like almost artist rendered sort of nature about it. You know, and I think that would make some of the graphics bugs like that could like smooth out a lot of things if they just simplify it like that. I don't know, but maybe that'd be a whole annoying thing as well, overhauling all the graphics, making them cell shaded. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit crazy with recommending something like that, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Like, I wrote down these 10, and you know, I'm just spitballing with you guys because I do like talking about this game. I like playing this game. I probably won't play it now because it's really late. In fact, I think I will shut down. I'll probably just leave it on this menu, just put it on rust mode. So I'm getting tired. Tell you guys, I'm getting real freaking tired. I've been staying up way too damn late. I'll probably watch a movie though. I've watched a couple random B movie, like action movies, middle of the road more so I should say, action movies past couple of days. Which I'll probably talk about on another video, not this one. Oh, anyhow, you guys, it was fun talking with you. It's always fun talking with you. I really do hope the best for this game because I really do want it to have legs. I don't want it to just flatline and die, and you know, especially after I invest my hard-earned money on it, man. You know, like I'd be so upset if they just drop the ball and yeah, just donkey it all up. I really hope that's not the case. Thanks for listening, you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.